Hello, I'm Katie Trow, and we are going to be reviewing the film Midsommar, released in 2019, directed by Ari Aster. So I first want to start off by saying that I absolutely hate scary and horror films. After watching this film, I could not sleep well for 2 days, and this movie is has made me the most uncomfortable that I've ever felt in my entire life. So that being said, we're going to move on to the theme that we're talking about with with this film, which is artwork, which is the least scary thing in this film. So I'm going to go ahead and present my screen. Let's see here. So here we have, let me just make sure it's presenting. Here we have the movie poster for Midsommar, and it's got the picture of Dani with the flower crown, and she's crying. And when I first saw this movie poster, I honestly thought that this was going to be a Shakespeare adaptation of the play Midsummer Night's Dream, which Shakespeare wrote in 1606 or something. But so what made me think of this was the Romeo and Juliet movie adaptation with Leonardo DiCaprio. So just to give some context here, here are some scenes from that movie. And specifically, I wanted to, what I thought when I saw this movie poster was this, Leo, and just putting these two side by side here, you can kind of see, these two images look really similar, and it's really difficult to kind of tell if we're trying to portray a man or woman here. What can you say? It's ambiguous if it's a feminine or masculine person. So the next thing I wanted to look at, and as regards to artwork of the movie, is just let's see here. We've got I just Googled here Midsummer Night Dream painting, which these are just the first images that come up in regards to the Shakespeare play. And I'm just going to go through a couple of these. It's like, here's the moon and the woods. You've got fairies in a garden and an animal. Like, all these images make me think of this movie. And you even have in the Midsummer's Night Dream, there is a fairy queen. So just all these little paintings made me think of the movie Midsommar. So I'm wondering if this is some kind of adaptation. So I do want to move on to the artwork in the film. So I'm going to start off, and actually let me go ahead and share my whole screen here. Hopefully this can be better. Okay, so here we have the very beginning of the film that makes me think of depictions of summer in literature. So I'm going to start this. Hold on. All right, so very beginning of the film, you've got this kind of mural, like it's like an opening to a play. And you can see this mural that they've set up in the beginning kind of shows the transition of the whole film. You start off with Dani at the beginning. It's snowing, her parents die. Then you move on to Dani's depression. Pele's over there drawing, and Christian's kind of walking behind her. And then you have Dani with the 4 boys going to Sweden. And it's really kind of foreshadows what's about to happen throughout the whole movie. Then I want to move to the next piece of artwork that I noticed, which is at 8:30. So this is when the boys are out at the restaurant and Dani's calling him.
She's abusing you. Nope.
You see the woman behind him.
Excuse me, guys. Great.
it's just two pictures of women, old-timey women with their cleavage out. This kind of just makes me think that the director's kind of setting the stage for how we're depicting this group of men, just how they see women as just pieces of sexual attraction. So then the next piece of art that I wanted to look at, it's at 1109. So right here, so right here, if I can get the side to go away, on the left side, you see it looks like two moons or a reflection of a moon, and then the moon phase around it. And then you also see plants in the apartment. And then on the right side, you see it looks like maybe a woman in a sea of bodies. So for this, to me, it kind of represents maybe like how women go through birth. Kind of thinking of like the moon and tidal waves, and then the fact that Danny's like sobbing kind of like makes me think of a birth in this scene. So if we just watch it a little bit more, you can kind of get it's like the pain of childbirth, whereas the man kind of just sits and watches. So then the next scene I wanted to go to is 1303. Let's see here. Okay, so here again, we've got Danny. We've got, let it zoom out a little bit here. We've got two plants surrounding her again. Kind of, they like to put the woman, not woman, they like to, in the beginning, show women, or Danny around plants. And I think that kind of has to deal with the whole vision that the director is trying to portray of women. Here you see, it looks like a little tiny princess girl kissing a bear. And then I think to the right of this image, it looks like maybe young Danny and her mother. It looks like Sydney behind. To me, this kind of, what I thought of this was how maybe society kind of expects women to behave around men. Men, or I guess the stereotypes of feminine and masculine. It's like the man's gonna be a beast. He's gonna like the Beauty and the Beast. The man's gonna be the beast and show these unwarranted behaviors, and the woman's supposed to just accept it, kiss the bear, accept him for who he is, a beast. And obviously this kind of foreshadows what we see at the end and what kind of decision Danny makes. So then the next scene I wanted to go to, 1516. I think it's really important to see what the director decides to put in the background, because everything that they put in each scene has a meaning. It's put there for a reason. So here we're shown two pieces of artwork when Danny and Christian come back from the party. And what you see is a girl, looks like maybe she's traveling, going out. And then you also see in the mirror, you see that picture of the woman in the sea of whatever again. And I like how the director puts his art within mirrors to utilize the frame, I guess. So you kind of see that. And then again, at 1636, I love the pictures of art all around Danny's apartment. This is he's obviously setting up how The director wants us to kind of envision Danny at the beginning of the movie. So right
Someone
here.
said, hey, what are you doing for summer? And then my friend said, oh, we're going to China for 3 months and we're leaving 2 weeks.
It's Sweden for
and
a
that was the
month and a
first you'd
half.
ever heard of it.
Okay. I told you I wanted to go.
Okay, so right here you have an old man. There's another picture of the old man with his hand in front of his face. Hold on, where did it go?
Sorry, which sounds more like too bad, huh?
Well, I just apologized, Danny.
Okay, well, just
sorry.
Imagine if you were at a party and someone said, hey.
You can see the old man has the hand in front of his face. And then there's this picture when it zooms out of some kind of like turtle in the sea. So again, you see like a picture of water, which makes me think of a woman.
I don't. I just wanted to talk about
I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the last scene. We see here you see Pellet. He draws a picture of the table at 2020.
No, where those straight from? I'll be back.
Hi.
And here's another use of mirror with artwork. Here you can see the scene of the picture of a messy table drawn, maybe just kind of representing the masculine. And then the last scene that you see is around 2049.
I'll show you.
And it pans around to this character, Josh. Hold on. Sorry, it's right here. It pans around to this character, Josh, and it looks like there's like a lot of books around him. So I think that's interesting to put that behind Josh's character because he is so interested in, I guess, the anthropology of people and knowing why they do things a certain way. So that is all the scenes that I have to share with you. So I have a couple questions that I want to ask. Is one, did anybody actually enjoy this film and what is wrong with you? Two, is this an adaptation of the Shakespeare play Midsummer Night's Dream? And three, how does this film represent femininity and why? And that is all that I have. Thanks for watching. See you later.